Hare Krishna, Namaste. In our past 15 sessions, we have covered 31 slokas from chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Let's quickly recap and connect to today's words. The very first sloka in Bhagavad Gita, where Dhritarashtra opens up the conversation to Sanjaya. That's the very first sloka. He's asking about what's happening in the battle of Kurukshetra, and then Sanjaya explains that in the second, that the Pandus and Kurus, they are all gathered, and then Duryodhana is approaching his Guru Dronacharya to speak few words. And then from the third sloka to 12th sloka, is all about Duryodhana speaking to Dronacharya, explaining the strengths of the opponent and strength of his army, and how he emphasized on giving protection to Bhishma Deva. And after that, Sanjaya, again in 13th sloka through 20th sloka, Sanjaya narrates on the various parties blowing their conch shell, the Shankha conch shell, and the outcome of the blowing of conch shell from Pandava's side, as well as the Kaurava side, and the respective conch shells names on the Pandava side is also been mentioned. And after that, on sloka number 21, Arjuna requested Kṛṣṇa to take the chariot in the midst of the parties, so he can see who all have come to support the Kauravas, the evil-minded Duryodhana. On 24th sloka, Sanjaya speaks up again, saying that what happened after Arjuna requested Kṛṣṇa to take the chariot. Sanjaya says that Kṛṣṇa immediately took the chariot over there. And then Kṛṣṇa, on the 25th sloka, Kṛṣṇa said to Arjuna, look at this, the assembled parties are Kurus. He generally used this term as Kurus. That means you are also from the same lineage, and they are also from the same lineage. You are all same family, one family, but here to ready to fight. That's the message indirectly Kṛṣṇa gives to Arjuna on the 25th sloka. And on the next sloka, Sanjaya comes back again. Sanjaya is not comes back again. He is explaining on 26th and 27th sloka what was that Arjuna was seeing when Kṛṣṇa said this one. He could see all different grades and friends and levels of relatives, gurus and friends and well-wishers, and so many people he could see. As he was seeing all these different grades of people, then he started speaking. He started speaking from the 28th sloka. From the 28th sloka onwards, then until second chapter, sloka number 8, it's all about Arjuna speaking his mind to Kṛṣṇa. On the 28th sloka, we saw how he expresses his emotions to Kṛṣṇa. That is, his body is quivering, and the hairs are standing on the end, and the Gandiva bow is slipping from his hand, and body is trembling, and he couldn't do much. He is losing control of himself. He cannot stand any further, and is forgetting his own identity, is forgetting himself. His mind is just wandering, completely uncontrollable, and he feels that viparitani Keshava, meaning that there's no any good fortune so ever that he could see around the surroundings. Whatever he could see, nothing he could see as fortune. Rather, he only see everything is misfortune upon this whole scene. Keshava, the only good thing that I could see is your beautiful curly hair. Nothing else I could see. Also, what is it going to be on the 31st sloka? He said, what is it going to be good by killing our own kinsmen? What's the use of getting victory, kingdom, and happiness? So, na kāṅkṣe vijayam Kṛṣṇa, na ca rājyam sukhāni ca. What's the use of having all this thing? And then Krishna's response was, well, you got to win the battle. If you don't fight, you will not win the battle. And if you don't win the battle, you will not get a good name. No name for Kshatriya, not a good name means he can't mentally be happy. And no happiness means obviously implies that you have lost your battle, which means you lost your kingdom. If you don't have any of this army, kingdom, nothing, it makes it much easier for Duryodhana to kill you. Once you're killed, you'll be dead and you're gone. So therefore, Krishna's understanding Krishna's mind, this is what Krishna is going to tell. Arjuna said, I'm not interested in kingdom, victory, kingdom, or even happiness. I don't mind to be killed, because if I get killed, well, I'll go to heaven. I'm going to be happy anyway over there. So what's the point? Why should I fight for these things? So Sloka number 28 through chapter 2.8, it's all about Arjuna crying out and giving reasons for not wanting to fight. In the set of slokas, there are 5 reasons that Arjuna is going to give. Number one is a compassion. And number 2 is the loss of enjoyment. And number 3 is fear of sinful reaction. And number 4 is destruction of family tradition. And the last point in the second chapter on 6th sloka, we will see is unable to make decisions. So he's lost, right? So these are the 5 reasons that Arjuna is going to place, making his case stronger to Kṛṣṇa, saying that I'm not going to fight because of these reasons, these 5 valid reasons. So we are going to see all these reasons as we go through from these slokas. So sometimes people become very philosophical. They start speaking philosophically, right? On a couple of situations, they become philosophical. Number one is when they are really advanced in spirituality, they are very philosophical. They start seeing things in a altogether different, they wear a different glass to see things, right? Eyeglasses. They don't see like how normal people see. So they speak philosophically. Or sometimes people there are some other people who also speak philosophically, just theoretically, but not practically, because they don't have practical realizations or experience, but they also speak theoretically philosophical thing. Could be the reason because they really cannot handle the situation. That could be the reason they are giving philosophical reason. We should be very, not get into fight, not get into argument, just leave it as the way it is. Right? That could be because incapable situation. And especially when it comes to Kṛṣṇa is not a person who encourages such mentality. He says that one has to do their duty, whatever their duty are. The biggest problem with Arjuna here is he acted himself to be very spiritually advanced person. Right? We have to see Arjuna in a different position now. Of course, Arjuna is rājyena. Leaving those things aside, for us to understand Bhagavad Gita, we have to see Arjuna in a different platform now. So Arjuna is thinking himself to be a very advanced person, because if thinking advanced person, he's giving all these reasons to Kṛṣṇa. He's giving all these reasons to Kṛṣṇa. And then he's saying his reasons are blunt, meaning that it's very obvious that he's getting completely confused between dharma and adharma. You don't know he's thinking dharma to be adharma and adharma to be dharma. And the second reason is that he doesn't know where to show his compassion. Sometimes people think compassion means should be given and done. To should not differentiate anyone. You should not see differences between people. We should show compassion to anyone and everyone. Well, that's not true. The reason because if say for example, if you're walking on a street, a rich man is walking on a street, not we. Some rich man is walking on a street coming out of a casino, is carrying a bottle of something, an alcohol, right? A beggar or a beggar, a boy is coming and asking for something for him to eat, something for him to drink, something like that. And immediately the rich man gives a bottle of wine to this 5-year-old boy, showing his compassion, right? So that's not a compassion. That's not a compassion. Say, for example, if a thief is breaking into the house, you don't show compassion to that person. A terrorist is coming into the country, you don't show compassion. If a snake is coming to got into the house or trying to harm someone, you don't show compassion, right? So compassion should be shown in a right place, whereas Arjuna was trying to show his compassion in a wrong place. So therefore, in the 32nd sloka, he continues further. Let's see 32nd sloka. Kim no rājyena Govinda, kim bhogair jīvitena va, yeṣām arthe kāṅkṣitam no, rājyam bhogaḥ sukhāni ca. So over here, he said, what is the use? What is the use, oh Govinda, to get this kingdom, to get this happiness? There's no use. yeṣām arthe kāṅkṣitam no. Even though there may a desire, out of the desire, may these people have arranged, arrayed over here in an army. But then what's the use of all these things? There's no point in fighting, right? Kim no rājyena Govinda, kim bhogair jīvitena va, yeṣām arthe kāṅkṣitam no, rājyam bhogaḥ sukhāni ca. I don't feel like fighting. I shouldn't be fighting, even though these people may want to fight, because I'm not interested in material thing. Therefore, he started speaking here in 32nd sloka, and further is going to be continued and explained is reasons that we saw. Kim no rājyena Govinda, kim bhogair jīvitena va, yeṣām arthe kāṅkṣitam no, rājyam bhogaḥ sukhāni ca. Thank you. Hare Krishna.